All right, family. Black Power is the truth. Rosara Soon said he kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarah Soon SETI, but the General SETI YouTube page, two dynamic institutions of Black Power, Black Divinity, History, and Heritage on YouTube. You should subscribe immediately to both pages. There's memberships right down in the video description, chat. You click that link, you'll see a link for memberships. Click it. You'll get a video introduction, a rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Susan SETI General SETI YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Susan SETI, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like it and love it. Get over there, check that catalog out, get a discount, shop and save, save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University, over 2,500 videos, over 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love, from the general, the making of the white man, the black woman is God, when Egypt ruled the earth, the global Kushite empire, Olmec voyages of the Nile, and ancient America, Christianity, Judaism, Islam exposed. That's right. We got all that, all the exposure. You see hip hop occult, black Illuminati, Freemasonry. There's no other website nowhere on the planet that could compare or compete. You should become a member today. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. We just dropped the fire live stream, the Etruscans, the African founders of ancient Greece and Rome, brothers to the Carthaginians, Phoenicians, Egyptians, and Ethiopians. And it was powerful for me to start doing research in this area, because it's so much evidence of the Etruscans. I don't see why they're not a major class of study. And, it's shocking. Now I know why, because they're too connected to Africa for them to do that kind of study. And so I want you to get on over there to Patreon and get that work, because it's mind-blowing documentation and visuals. Tomorrow we'll be doing the Phoenicians, the true African inhabitants of Israel and Palestine. We've already dropped the 30,000 year worship of the black goddess in Europe, ancient Egyptian gods in the Star Trek movie. Also, Narmer, the first king of Egypt, the king that started it all. So get on over there to Patreon, family. No matter what level you start on, is a treasure chest waiting on you, because I've been uploading for years. So wherever you start, even on the basic level, you're going to have access to a treasure chest, a treasure trove of amazing videos. Get on over there today. To all the family donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate you. You know I do. To any of the family out there would like to donate to the hardworking general, Cash App is on the screen. It's in the chat. It's in, click it, donate. And I thank you. I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King SETI, General SETI, Sarah Soon SETI. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Here we go, family. Israel threatens to bomb the pyramids in Aswan Dam over Palestine beef. Nah, I threw the pyramids in there. I did. But what they're saying that they would do is bomb the Aswan Dam, which would flood out all the temples. It would flood them out, all the temples and tombs in ancient Egypt. It would flood it out. And what's so significant about what they taught? Now it's over this Palestinian beef, because what's happening is that a lot of those refugees is fleeing into Egypt. And what you got to understand in a political sense, that, Hamas is linked to the Egyptian Brotherhood, which is a radical group in Egypt. And they were trying to overthrow the leadership in Egypt. So they see Hamas as a threat. They don't see, those Palestinians as being one of their own. They see Hamas coming in, strengthening the Egyptian Brotherhood, which they don't want to see. And so, yeah, they seeing that, what's going on in Gaza is destabilizing the area. And so, yeah, the tensions is high. They saying that Egypt has a build up on the border between Egypt and Israel, and so, yeah, the tensions is tight. And so Netanyahu has threatened to bomb the Aswan Dam. And so that right there, I mean, they on a rampage on the planet right now. That would be devastating to bomb that dam. The water that would come from behind that dam. I mean, the just the thought of that, how many people could die. Just let you know, them goddamn Israelis is ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Anything beyond that dam, man, you could kill millions. That shit would be damn near as devastating as a nuclear bomb. I'm just being serious. That would be damn near as devastating as a nuclear bomb, because that shit would wipe out everything, north of that dam. I don't see how they could survive, and from my understanding, it's so much water behind that dam that, I mean, it would probably cause, that shit probably would go into Southern Europe. You know what I'm saying? So that would be very devastating for them to even mention that. That just show you, they willing to destabilize and destroy the whole area. Nah, you just got to, you dealing with something real wicked. You got a real wicked regime on the planet at this time. It's always been wicked. But you talking about one of the most wickedest regimes that probably have existed on this planet since, the real colonial, the colonial rulers of Europe, the beastly, coming in, taking and seizing Africa for the first time. You probably on that level of mentality right now. So they willing to cause all type of, death and destruction without regard, without regard, you know. And so I understand, the power of that dam, and so it would literally, man, it would wash away everything. It would wash away all the temples, that's surface. When I talk about sea level, you know what I'm saying? It will wash away all of that. You know, you talking about Aswan, you talking about Aswan. Well, I believe, Abu Simbel may be south of it. No, I don't know. They had to cut that out of there. It's going. I don't think too many temples in Egypt will survive. You know, that they will be flooded out. I ain't gonna say they'll fall down, but they'll most definitely be under the water. They most definitely will be under the water. And the pyramids, they wouldn't be under the water, but they a large It would be some levels. It would be some levels underwater. And so you think about all the paintings and things that's on the wall, that would be devastating. Them some wicked motherfuckers, man. Straight up. Ain't no getting around that. They don't see, any when it's their agenda, they don't have no mercy on nothing other than their own shit. You feel me? All that fake shit up there. And so they wouldn't have no, they wouldn't have no problem. Let me see. Uh-oh. I didn't see the good brother. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. I'm with enforcing Article 6 of the UN and Terrain's attempt to unify Africa's monetary system under one platform via our Zika. I'm glad Egypt and Ethiopia are not part of the alliance. That's good. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate the donation. Yeah, when it comes to them talking about the destruction of the Holy Land, man, I just, it's just something in me, like, what the fuck, I'm gonna let that, the energy, just like any other culture in the world, when you come for the Holy Land and the temples and the tombs of our people, it's just like, we can't let this happen. Whatever we got to do to, stop this atrocity, and so, yeah, it should be a protest. It should be a goddamn protest against that. And we got to talk about, it's a brother that, be putting up counseling, certain people. We need to counsel certain nations. You know what I'm saying? Counsel their ass. Find out what they own, and boycott every fucking thing their hands is on. You know what I'm saying? And let them know we won't be supporting nothing that you intertwine with. And that's real talk. With them talking like that, bombing that down. That be damn near that be worse than a nuclear bomb. That'd be worse than, you think that tsunami, that was over there in Asia that time. Man, if they blow that dam out of there, man, that tsunami that happened, and that shit would be like a little, like a bathtub tidal wave. It wouldn't be shit compared to what that dam, because there's so much water that's propped up behind that dam. You got a lake, you know what I'm saying? You got a lake, NASA Lake is like damn near one of the largest lakes in Africa, even though it's a man-made lake. It's one of the largest lakes in Africa. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that article up myself. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. No, they don't give a fuck. It'll do them well, because they're gonna watch. They want to wash away the truth. Yeah, it say it's Article 5, not 6, big bro. Okay, it's Article 5. Okay. So what does it? Somebody put it in there. What is the article saying? Somebody cut and pasted and drop it in there right quick. What is that Article 5 saying? If it's Article 5, drop it in there. Or just give us a small thesis. I know some of them articles could, yeah, I know some of them articles, Middle Nation. Okay, Article 6. Okay. Well, y'all, if y'all get the time, I'm gonna look it up a little later as we move on. But yeah, it's very disturbing and shit that they would even threaten, as they destabilize. They think people must, take, they literally, I mean, that just show you that the UN ain't shit, because the UN supposed to has supposedly, put the mandate as far as, what land belonged to the Palestinians, what land belonged to the so-called Israelis, and really it ain't none of their land. Let's just get down to the get down. It's not none of their land. But at the same time, when they went in there, the so-called Palestinians was in there. and the UN say, okay, these areas belong to the Palestinians. This land belonged to the Israelis. They then literally took over all of that shit and got them in that little part down there, which is, Gaza. But okay, Article 6 of the U.S. often called the Supremacy Clause. Three, establishing federal law, supremacy, federal and treaty. But I think the brother was talking about the UN, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know which one of them he was. You talking about the United States Constitution, or was you talking about the UN? Yeah, okay. So yeah, he was talking about the UN, I believe, Constitution, not the United States Constitution. Yeah, it's and get back serve all like it's supposed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So that's what it is. Yeah. Yes, the UN. Right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna look over that when I get a chance to, a little later. But yeah, it's real disturbing what I'm hearing about, and it just show you that Netanyahu, Donald Trump, man, these motherfuckers here, man, they didn't took demonic energy to the whole nother level, because he's sitting over there talking about he gonna go into Gaza, he gonna take it over, he gonna build high rises and shit and shit. You think them, and so yeah, they gonna be ready to go to all our war over that, you know. This man is literally trying to start wars all over the world right now because I was looking where they were talking about Greenland because he was talking about that he want to take over Greenland, but NATO said they not gonna let that happen. Yeah, they not gonna let that happen. They saying they ready to send NATO soldiers uh to Greenland. Yeah, 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 yeah. They are yeah, they ready to, and so it's a possibility, man, that it could be a war between the United States and NATO. You see, in Canada, yeah, yeah. Shaheed Bozeman. Okay. Yeah. And I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, it could be a war between United States and NATO. That's how Canada is supposed to be maybe joining NATO and so on and so forth. So yeah, this world we living in is unprecedented. If you living today, you living in an unprecedented age because for the last 100 years, that most people and most alliances is pretty much, it's been some differences of alliance. Yeah, it has, but most definitely in the last, I say, maybe, you know, the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, the last 50, 60 years. This is some unprecedented shit that's going on right now that has never been seen. Where this nation is at odds with every other nation on the planet, at odds with every other nation on the planet. Yeah, ain't nobody, United States didn't pull out the UN. Yeah, they didn't pull out some of the councils. They didn't pull it out. Yeah, the UN is a joke because it was set up by the United States. And when the other players didn't, they started to do their own thing, the United States started, you know, collapsing it within the inside. So it's not going, if the United States is because they created it. That's why it's in goddamn New York City, Jew York City. That's where it's located at. And so that right there, and I believe the Rockefellers is the ones that built the UN. I think the Rockefellers was the ones that built. So that right there say it all. You know, Yeah, the UN is the nations in the European market. That's true. But even now, they ass saying, yeah, even them, they about to take the they about to make United States is trying to make them bow down. You know, because they don't give a goddamn about them Israelis like that. That's why when it come to the UN, they say that the Israelis is have been sanctioned more time than any other nation in history of the UN. It ain't even close. They didn't sanction them so many times. So they ain't got So it's really just the United States and goddamn the Israelis. And I don't know how Britain and how they fall into that. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna ride with the US and the Israelis or not. It is yet to be seen. But yeah, it's a crazy world today, family. The Israelis threatened to bomb the Aswan Dam. They talking crazy. Now, I'm gonna give y'all this little tidbit because I had put this in my videos many years. Now, if you go to the movie, if you're on here right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Please like the video, share it, family, like it and subscribe. If you watch the movie, The Final Conflict, and this is the Damien trilogy. Damien 666. The first one when he was a boy, and then the second one, the Omen 2. He was a little older, but he was more into his teens then. And then the last one, the Final Conflict. He was grown. He was a was he a senator? He was an ambassador. Was he an ambassador? I think he very well. I don't know if he was an ambassador, but yeah, yeah, he the Antichrist. Yeah. Now, if you watch that one, Ray, when they was in the what kick it off? What kick off the last days? Yeah, he was a diplomat. If you watch it, when he was in the Oval, where he was in his office and he was talking to one of his assistants, the Aswan Dam had been bombed in that movie. The Final Conflict. That's what started it. All the that he knew it was that time, and he was talking about the Nubian some federation or something, but the Nubians. I guess that was their way of getting them out of there. You know what I'm saying? I believe, yeah. But watch that movie. The Nubians had bombed the Aswan Dam and they had blew it out of there. But it was a sign that when that happened, that started the the Antichrist, all the things that was the signs and shit. The FLN, was it the FLN? I thought it was Nubian. It had something to do with the Nubians. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me see. Well, I had to go in there. All y'all had to do is look it up. Once you look it up, you will see. Yeah, yeah. Oh, so it wasn't the Nubians. You right. Look, so it says in the 1981 horror film, The Final Conflict, Damien Thorne arranges, I thought it was the Nubians. Damien Thorne arranges for the destruction of the Aswan Dam and blames the Israelis. But I believe he might have got the, I don't know if he got the Nubians to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was he set that shit up. I think that's what started it all. So that motherfucker, and so yeah, I think, yeah. Go check it out. Go check that shit out. Ain't that weird? That's really weird. And it making me, my uncle was the one that hit me to it. But I believe he may have gotten the Nubians to do it. I don't know. Yeah, but check that shit out. It's in the beginning of the movie. It's like in the beginning. It ain't too far, but it might be within the first 30 minutes of the movie when he talk about it. Yeah, that shit crazy. I'm gonna try to get it and bring it, and so we could watch it tomorrow. But yeah. Yeah, I believe it was the Nubians that did, because I remember the white boy was talking about it, who was his assistant. So I think he got the Nubians to blow it out of there. But I back that up tomorrow. We got a couple more that I want to talk about. Don't go nowhere, family. We're gonna do this. We Eastern time, and I want to get out of here before 2, but I want to talk on everything that needs to be talked about. So come right back. If you're here right now, I'm just going to hit the subscribe button. Don't get up off of here without hitting the subscribe button. But the Holy Land is under threat, family. And we gonna have to, we can't be so isolated in our damn craziness that we don't see what's happening right before our eyes. You feel me? So let's build, let's get our, keep our eyes open, frequency strong, and let's build, in a way that we can fortify our people, the Holy Land, and our communities wherever we out on the planet. This is General Sarah said, he's saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.